lunatics will drive you insane. Niggas, get ready for the madness. ICP style, we bring the craziness. Joshua Joseph in control, takes you on a wild ride. Buckle up, my friend, and enjoy the dark side. It's time to Joseph, host of the show, ready to shock with words that leave you in disbelief. Tickling your metal blocks, we dive into the weird, the odd, and the strange. A podcast for the lunatics will drive you insane. Window Lickers, get ready for the madness. ICP style, we bring the craziness. Joshua Joseph. Peek through the window, see the darkness inside. This ain't no ordinary ride. It's a twisted, wild slide. Lunatics running wild. Chaos on the loose. ICP inspired. We bring in wicked juice. Joshua Joseph, host of the show, ready to shock with words that leave you in disbelief. Tickling your mental block. We dive into the weird, the odd, and the strange. A podcast for the lunatics. We'll step into the ring, it's Monday Night Fire. My rhymes burn hotter than a funeral pyre. I'm the heavyweight champ, you can call me sire. Reviewing raw like a southern rap messiah. Crossing over lines like I'm Stone Cold Steve Austin. Flipping opponents like I'm Randy Orton. Dirty South flow, my words they be caustic. Every verse I drop got them head nodding. Spit lyrical punches like a ruthless fighter. Got the crowd hype, I'm the crowd igniter. Breaking down the raw matches, no denier. Dirty style rap, I'm the Monday Night Supplier.
Welcome back, Window Lickers. It is I, Joshua Joseph, the voice, here on a brand new spanking Raw review show. And you know what? I know you're looking at this and you're seeing a whole different scene. You're seeing a whole different makeup. And that's goddamn true, because we are revamping this show and we are shaking things up a bit. I'm bringing on a friend. If you've been following me on the social medias, on the Sunday night house shows with with House, Jones, Paragon. We're doing those a weekly, so check those out. Next week is supposed to be the draft, so come check that out because the title draft was fun. But back to this show, the Monday Night Raw review show. I have to bring a special guest, everybody. If you've been following me, like I was saying, you know exactly who I'm bringing on. Let me throw this up there so you all know him. You all get to become a fan of his. He is the Grunmeister, and he is going to be joining us for our new co-host. Grunmeister, how the heck are you, sir?
Dude, I'm doing really great. Was at a really awesome rock concert last night.
Oh yeah.
Got some really good merch, Fix, and From Ashes to New. Really awesome show. But
dude, yeah, I love concerts and coming off the high of being out there and the energy that you feel in the crowd.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who was your favorite at the concert?
It was definitely From Ashes to New, but I walked away liking all the performers.
Oh.
I like Elijah, Point North, Echo, Fix. Walked away being a fan of everyone.
I love that. You gotta love when you go and you don't expect it, and then all of a sudden now you're a fan of a new band. I love that absolutely. So Grunmeister, real quick, why don't you give the Raw review fans a quick synapse of what you do, and you know what? Give us your favorite pay-per-view right after that of all time.
All right, favorite pay-per-view of all time. Okay, got you. Well, usually what I do is on my Twitch channel. I do a lot of gaming. I'll sometimes do live reactions to WWE pay-per-views. But right now, like, yeah, it's definitely gonna be a lot more gaming, Call of Duty, and probably gonna be trying out the new Shadow of the Erdtree DLC when it comes out, and
Okay.
Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 when it
Ooh.
releases later this year.
Man, you're gonna be busy.
Dude, yeah.
Man.
Dude, busy is good. Busy is
Yeah.
very good.
Busy is good for business. I like it. Yeah, so fans, go out there and check out Grunmeister when he's not here on the Monday review show, because this is your newest co-host, people. So get used to it. Get ready for a lot of the things he has to say, because he's not far off on a lot of his opinions. So Grunmeister, let's just kick into it. You have a story. I like to give the guy who's new here his platform right off the bat,
Okay.
kind of test the fires. So why don't you tell him what you've been looking into this week off Raw?
Off Raw, I've been looking into specifically the opening segment to Raw, where Drew McIntyre came out and did what he's been doing, complained about so and so. CM Punk cost me this match. Jey Uso doesn't deserve my spot. He took my title shot. He took my spot in the King of the Ring tournament. And then he goes on to call Damian Priest a paper champion. Damian Priest comes out, and what does Damian Priest say? He tells us what we already know, what Drew McIntyre is ignoring, and the fact that Drew stopped Damian several times from cashing in his Money in the Bank briefcase on Seth Rollins before WrestleMania. Drew McIntyre then decides to tell everyone and tell Damian Priest, if you were smart, you would wait until after Drew McIntyre won at WrestleMania, then cash in on Drew. And that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, and Damian mentioned this as well. Drew could have avoided that prediction or that spoiler. He could have avoided it. All he had to do was take his wife's hand, walk away, and enjoy the moment. But he didn't. He decided that he needed to rub it in CM Punk's face that he won the world title.
Yeah.
And the more I'm thinking about this over the weekend, it's like Drew McIntyre is an addict right now. He cannot admit the fact that he is powerless to his own demons, and his demons, they're not CM Punk. It's the fact that he doesn't understand. His demons are that he cannot accept the fact that he keeps making mistakes.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, like, this is like, first off, this is great storytelling, because lots of people can relate to that. So it's like you want to cheer for Drew, but at the same time, it's like you see exactly what he's doing. You understand what he's doing. You understand what's wrong. And that makes you more attached to Drew. So this is absolutely the best Drew McIntyre that we are getting. But this is not the best Drew McIntyre that exists. We are going, I think this is going to lead to Drew McIntyre having a breakdown on Raw, finally admitting it, and walking away, coming back babyface, full on the powerful, big main eventer that Drew McIntyre is capable of being, and will get probably close to a Cody Rhodes style reaction when he wins the world title again.
Hey, I love that energy. I love that thought process, because it's very well thought out. And like you and CM Punk have pointed out, Drew is actually in Drew's own way.
Yeah.
There's nobody else. We know. Just look at Drew McIntyre and tell me he cannot take CM Punk. Tell me he can. I mean, the dude's a beast. He is enormous, and he's powerful. Go ahead, Ron.
He's in the best shape of his life. He looked good in his first debut when he was the Chosen One, but
Yeah.
he looks, like you said, a badass. He is at his best, but he knows he has not reached his full potential yet. And the fact that we're so hyped about this and hyped about his future, knowing that he's going to be better, knowing that he's just going to put on a better show, better matches, and that he's going to be this big main eventer, it only makes it more exciting.
I agree with you because, I mean, I was very down on Drew McIntyre when he came back. It just, to me, I didn't see a spot for Drew at that moment. Right. I honestly, I seen him going to another promotion. I mean, I talked about it for months on here. And I do 100% fully agree that once he won that title, he should have grabbed his wife's hand, walked away. Just, that's what you do, because what happens? What happened? It's those when you take your eyes off the prize, even when you win that prize, somebody's going to come right behind you and take that prize. And we've seen it. And I don't know where your head is with this, but as of right now, just seeing the in-ring work and the promo work and all of your thing, I'm kind of happy we have a Damian Priest run. I don't see, if CM Punk's not fit to wrestle, I don't see a Drew McIntyre storyline right now. Right. Kind of. I mean, that's where I'm at with it.
So I do think that I think we're going to get a Drew McIntyre Damian Priest storyline, but okay. I don't believe Drew's going to win. I believe that they're going to keep the title on Damian because Damian is very good in the ring. He's got very good character work. He's a very good actor. Mm-hmm. And the only issue now is, and Drew did mention this, is alluded to, or at least he flat out said it. He said he's a paper champion, and like okay, Money in the Bank briefcase. Like no one's really judging him for that. We've seen people screw each other over with the Money in the Bank briefcase all the time. We've seen it, so it's like that's not new. Damian Priest did need Judgment Day's help in beating Jey Uso, so we do need to see Damian Priest win clean. Despite the fact that he's healed, despite the fact that Judgment Day are the evil overlords of Raw, Damian Priest needs a clean win. That way, so you can continue to cement him as a main eventer.
I like it. I really like where you're going with that. Fans, that was a very well thought out topic by Grunmeister, and that's what you're going to get every week with Grunmeister. He really thinks about these things and watches it and analyzes it. And as a fan, I appreciate that. So that you see exactly why I brought him on board with this. Let me ask you before we wrap up this, sure. the opening segment from Raw. At that moment when you had McIntyre and Priest in the ring, face to face with each other, who? If the fight started right then, who do you got in that fight?
Damian Priest. And it's one thing. It's one key thing. Drew McIntyre is in his own head. And guess who else is in there? CM Punk and Damian Priest right now. And Jey Uso. Drew McIntyre is not clear-headed. And that is the big thing that is going to cost him every big opportunity. He needs to get out of his own head. As soon as he does that, he can throw everybody else out.
No, I mean, I see where you're going with that. And, honestly, Drew, if this ever comes across your path, I hope you do get those wheels burning, because when you were on fire back in the day and you were running through dudes, it was something to watch. And it was a pretty amazing feature to see Drew McIntyre just running roughshod through the WWE.
Yeah.
It was phenomenal.
Yeah, it was insane.
All right, Grun. So we're going to jump into this subject just because this to me was one of the biggest shocking wins of the Queen of the Ring. And I think we should talk about the Io versus Shayna Baszler match, because I don't know about you, but me and some of the guys in your house, the Concept Con, we kind of went with Baszler right off the bat with this one because I mean it just really to me it seems like Shayna is in a in a spot right now in her career where it's got to be there's got to be a pivot, there's got to be some type of push coming from behind her, or what are we doing with Shayna? Because I mean, she's a fantastic feature. She's now starting, it seems like, to get to put her name behind some young females coming up. I know Lola Vice, Shayna has taken a liking to her, and they have a similar MMA background. So I'm really enjoying that. But what I want to talk about in this match is throughout the entire match up until the very end when Io got the win, Shayna looked like she was going to take this one. Like this was a swerve match from the start, man, because Shayna comes out just ball of fury, just doing what she does, where she just ground and pounds and throws and gets a smaller Io basically in her crosshairs. But then Io squeaks out the win. How is she capable of doing this at such a high rate? I know she lost her championship, but ever since then, it doesn't seem like she's slowed down at all.
Right.
So where are your thoughts on this match in particular? And maybe right after that, give me your thoughts on what you think of where Shayna needs to go.
Well, I definitely thought the same thing that you and the boys at In Your House. When Shayna came out, immediately beat down and got the jump on Io, I thought Shayna's probably gonna win this. I got excited because I'm like, Shayna Baszler is, regardless of what people want to think, she is very good at promos. She may not have a huge range as far as characters, but she's good at what she does.
Yeah,
she's good at the characters that she can do. She's good at her in-ring style. Well, and like you can make it easily make Shayna Baszler a dominant champion if you wanted to.
Oh yeah.
Without any problems because of her MMA background, because of her grappling, because of her Kirifuda clutch.
Yeah.
And like I saw this match like being like Io Sky looking for opportunities, and the first opportunity was when she got Shayna's leg caught up in the top turnbuckle. Turnbuckle. So that immediately, while Shayna's still like at the top for this, that brought her down a little bit, giving Io the opportunity to possibly get the win. And sitting here thinking, I immediately thought of Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn was always the guy that barely gets the win, that barely squeaks out a win. And that was a big concern when he had his WrestleMania match against Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship. And Sami Zayn won definitively with, I think it was 3 Helluva kicks and a brainbuster to the top turnbuckle.
Yeah.
Io Sky, I think, from what I've seen lately, she's kind of in that, at that point where it's like she's small, she is a high flyer, she is good at what she does, but she's not going up against other high flyers. She's going up against people like Shayna Baszler. She's going up against people that are out for blood. And she's probably going to need damage control to get anywhere further. I can't see Io Sky. I think what we're going to learn at the end of this Queen of the Ring tournament is that damage control are not as good as we think they are without their main weapons, Asuka or Bayley.
Wow.
And Asuka, dominant champion numerous times.
Yeah.
Kairi Sane's crazy. Dakota Kai is sneaky. Io Sky can fly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But Bayley was the mastermind. And Like I said, Asuka, she was basically the muscle of the group.
Very true. Very true. I really like that. I like where you're going with that, but I don't like the fact that we're Damage Control is seen as weaker with this. But it makes perfect sense, though. It really does. I wow. I really want that clipped because I like that take. I haven't heard that take. People haven't been saying that. They've been kind of given Damage Control, almost like where they show you a crap movie. They know it's crap movie, but they're just like, oh, this is the most amazing thing. Like back in the day, they used to be like Roger Deber gives it 3 thumbs up, and it's like, oh, he gave this. And so I get it. Like, yeah, there is some things to question about Damage Control, especially when, as you said it, the mastermind is gone and when the muscle is gone. So you have some strong links left, but you don't have anybody there to be that mastermind and say, no, you're better suited in this position in this group and things like that. So that is a very good take. I like that because we really, really need to remember when Damage Control was all together, they were a force in the women's division, and it was scary that, I mean, they were running shows. I mean, the only thing that they weren't running was Rhea, but who the hell's going to run Rhea Ripley? Nobody.
No one's going to run Mommy.
Nobody can, nobody will. So I do love this idea, though, and I think we need to start from this day forward to start looking more critically at Damage Control and seeing where they can go with that, because I'm still a fan of the storyline. I really do like the Damage Control storyline, and I mean, just watching it, we did predict that Bayley was going to be leaving after WrestleMania, and it's what happened. I mean, the writing was on the wall. Bayley this year is going to be a big feature in the women's division, and I'm kind of happy that she's separated from Damage Control for it, just so people can remember what Bayley was as a champion and what Bayley brings to a women's world title. And she is really House said it on our Sunday house party yesterday with Bianca Belair, and we don't have many years left with some of these entertainers, these athletes. So we want as much as we can get with them still being safe and still being able to go week by week. So yeah, it's time for the world, the WWE universe, for those who have forgotten how great of a champion Bayley can be, and I'm here for it. I really am. So let me get your idea on Shayna.
Okay.
Where do you think? Do you think that this is a make or break year for Shayna? First off, and second off, what would you do different with her in the mix of the women's storyline? Yeah, the women's division and things like that. What would you do?
Well, I think this might, it's either this year or next year. She is her make or break year on the main roster.
Okay.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think she's been women's champion since she came up from NXT.
I don't believe she has either.
And with that, like, she has been women's tag team champion, but that was with Ronda Rousey, and it was for a month before they dropped the titles to, I think it was Damage Control.
I believe it was.
And then Ronda immediately turns on her, and just so they could do their MMA match at a WWE pay-per-view or premium live event. And as far as the direction I would go with her, I'd lean more into Shayna needs Zoe Stark to help her win matches. So put them back towards the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. Build them up more, get them wins, show that, hey, Shayna's doing a lot of the muscle, but she can't. But they keep on taking out Zoe Stark. Zoe Stark gets the hot tag, runs roughshod, takes everyone out, and make that the consistent the consistent part. That Zoe Stark is the main factor as to why Shayna and Zoe keep winning, why they win the titles. Then give them a good 6-9 month reign. Where Shayna, I just thought of this, where Shayna taps out to lose the tag team titles. Zoe Stark sees it and is like, what? Now, and then you can go either way. You could go, Shayna's mad that Zoe didn't save her in time, or you could go Zoe's mad that Shayna let her down, that Shayna could not pull her own weight in their tag team. So either way, you get a heel turn, and that leads to a good blood feud where you can have them fight off in no holds barred in a street fight. Do you know what? It's been a while since we've had an Iron Woman match.
Okay, pump the brakes real quick. Household, we got to give it to him.
Look at me. I want you to fire me. You fucking Mark. Fire me.
Welcome to the Household Grunmeister, because that was fantastic. You get the MJF drop. That's fantastic, dude. I love that. That, you know what? That really aligns you with what I was saying on the Sunday house party with the Concept House. Me and him were discussing our big three to be watching on each promotion. I picked Zoe Starks, and I said, this is going to be Zoe's summer. So Zoe is going to have a breakout summer. And if you do align her with Shayna, like you were talking, that is a fantastic feature. That is a story I want to see. That is a story I need right now, because those women could put that perfectly. And on top of that, Zoe learns from Shayna, and her promos become better and more believable, because as of right now, the way they're playing Zoe, I'm sorry, but some of her promos are not believable. I don't buy some of them, but other ones I do buy. So I know that there is something there. She just needs the right veteran with her. Shayna Baszler, put them in a tag team together, let them run around the WWE world and do amazing things, because to me, Shayna is great. Keep her where you got her. Build around her. She is the game plan. Build around that. And then with Zoe, I'm sorry, but if Ronda Rousey's going to sit around and go on to whatever podcast, do whatever fucking interview she feels like doing, and she wants to talk shit about the WWE and how it was ran, and I didn't want to do, you know what, Ronda Rousey, I'm sorry. I was a fan of yours. I'm not anymore. I think you're an absolute joke. I'm glad the Cyborg took you down. I thought that was funny. She had you running around looking like you were in middle school and just joining the boys for the wrestling team. It was ridiculous. And as somebody who was the most feared woman in the world, you should have been able to take at least a couple punches from Cyborg, just a couple, but you didn't. So I want to take Zoe and I want to give her the Ronda treatment that Ronda got. And because you do that, you put that fire behind that little indie girl, she is gonna fly. I've seen her in the indies. I followed her family. That whole family is amazing in a squared circle. So let them be amazing. To me, I called her, she's my Dean Malenko of the women's division. I mean, Zoe can mat wrestle, Zoe can fly, Zoe can do all the power moves. She is your Dean Malenko, your Chris Benoit, your Eddie Guerrero. And what I mean by that is the stature and the way she can carry herself and the way she can move in a ring. Obviously, she's not touching any of those guys on a mic, but she could if you develop her right. Yeah, I'm a Zoe fan.
I mean, I was a fan first off just because you know what? I'm a bit of a simp. I thought she was cute. I thought she was
Hey.
pretty. Like,
You're allowed to.
but yeah, I love the music. Her entrance music makes her sound legit, makes her sound like a badass. The
Very
way
true.
she walks, like you said, like how she carries herself, she looks like she's confident. Then in her ring, or in the ring, and she looks tough. She is tough. She has good strong moves, very good technique. Like she is definitely someone that can be a major part of the women's division going forward,
Yeah.
where there is absolutely no doubt about that.
I love it, man.
And I'll just throw this out there. Like, you just educate. I did not realize Zoe Stark comes from a wrestling family.
Oh yeah.
I did not
AEW.
realize.
Her brother is there.
Really?
Yeah, Starks.
Stark. Ricky Starks.
That's her brother.
That
Look it up. Look it up, Jamie. Yeah.
no.
Dude, look up the
No
Starks
way.
family, because, and I know if I get this wrong, I'm going to get some heat, but I believe there's another brother that's also in the indies right now, and he's doing phenomenal too. But yeah, that's the family.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So right now, this does not tell me anything about her personal life. So let's look up Ricky Starks.
Yeah, I mean, this is what I liken her to. Do you remember? I know you remember this. Austin winning the King of the Ring and becoming 316.
Yes. So I know of it. Yes.
So he takes down Jake Roberts as Jake the Snake becomes more of a religious man, and then Austin kind of made the Austin 316 in a mocking way.
Right.
So the thing I loved about that moment, though, is that the walk up to the throne, Austin is doing his normal, just strut that he does, and he gets up there. Zoe could have done that exact same thing for the Queen of the Ring. You could have placed her in that moment. You could have made the extension to her and push it. It would have been picturesque, in my opinion. You would have had a fantastic moment for the WWE fans seeing that. There's not too much more I could say on these two. I absolutely do love the fact, though, that Grun, you brought it up with just the idea of Shayna and Zoe teaming up and becoming a force. I love that. Absolutely. So let's jump into our third topic. And let me ask you, Grun.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk Becky Lynch and Dakota, or do you want to talk what's happening with the loss from Otis to Sami Zayn and what happened beyond that?
I think we should talk about Alpha Academy.
Let's talk Alpha Academy. All right, so we had Sami Zayn versus Otis.
All right.
Okay, so we kind of seen how that came about.
Yeah.
Do you think it was the right move for the Alpha Academy to put Otis in that moment?
In theory, yes. In the idea that Chad Gable wanted Sami Zayn to be less than 100% going into King and Queen of the Ring, I think it was a good plan. The issue is, of course, that Otis it's just not in his heart. It's not in his soul to be a heel. It's in his heart and his soul to entertain above all else. That is what he loves to do and win. But you can see in Otis's face during the match that he's struggling with what's going on with Chad Gable. Chad Gable is he is distraught. He is broken from Sami Zayn winning, beating Gunter, and from Sami Zayn beating Chad Gable, because I'm sure Chad Gable in his mind, he could beat Sami Zayn no problem. And I
Yeah.
think if they wrestle 10 times, 50-50. I think it goes, I think each win 5 times. I don't think
Oh,
that, because Sami Zayn now has this new mean streak in him
yeah,
that we've now seen.
very true.
Chad Gable can obviously take on anyone with a mean streak. He can take on anybody with any size. He has given Gunter a run for his money. Sami Zayn may not be Gunter, but Sami Zayn, if there's one thing he's proven in his entire tenure in WWE, is that he is resilient and he doesn't know when to quit. So even if you think you have him broken, I said it earlier, Sami Zayn's been a guy that can sneak out a win. But
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with that, especially when you have someone who you know is giving you a run for your money.
I really like that, because here's where I sit with that. Sami Zayn, I love the fact that he is the squeaker champion. He gets it. I mean,
Yeah.
he understands it. Not every win needs to be what we expect it to be, 1, 2, 3 in the center of the ring.
You're right.
I mean, and how much punishment did Gunther take from Sami Zayn? From Sami Zayn.
I'm not even gonna be mad if exactly what you just said. If Sami squeaks a win out of the triple threat, because like he doesn't have it easy. He's got to defend the title against Chad Gable, who's out for blood, and Bronson Reed, who's got to be livid at the fact that he keeps on getting screwed out of all these Intercontinental title matches because he gets ganged up on, or he's being used to take advantage of. He is someone that should have been Intercontinental champion a while ago, but they're showing logic in the roster that we can't let Bronson Reed win because otherwise we're getting another 666-day reign.
Yeah, no, you could be right on that one. I mean, he is no small package.
No,
that dude is enormous. And I mean, this is actually one of the matches that, as a Sami Zayn fan, I don't know if I can confidently say he's going to walk out of this one. I think that that we already see Alpha Academies getting a division, right? There's already division happening in there. Who's to say that they don't kind of blow that up and kind of rearrange it, and then Gable makes his staple the way he wants to make it with the people he wants. And what would set more precedence in that than having your leader have a championship belt? That speaks more volumes to what Chad Gable is preaching to his stable. But it also begs a question: is Chad Gable ready to hold a title, especially a title that they are trying to make hot right now? Mm-hmm. They're trying to bring prestige to it. They're trying to make it something that the average guy who tunes in makes sure he watches that match. So are we full blown that Chad Gable could be that guy to do that? I know Sami is. I've seen Sami do it.
Yeah.
He brings a lot of honor to anything that he holds. Do I want to see Bronson? Kind of, but I don't want another 660 days.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple months, maybe a couple PLEs, and then we're good. Yeah. But it does make me question, because it does seem like they are giving a push to Gable right now.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's well deserved. He's a fantastic athlete. He's a fantastic wrestler. You put him against anybody in a pure mat wrestling match, and I'm sorry, he's gonna run the WWE gauntlet, and it's gonna be incredible to watch too. So where's your thinking? Do you think if they put it on Gable, he could carry that torch?
I I think you could. I I've had everything else thought like this. Like I don't know how he would carry it
Mhm.
because from what we've seen, Ivy Nile and the Creed brothers don't seem to be too keen on this new version, or at least Ivy Niles doesn't seem to be keen on this new version of Chad Gable.
Yeah.
The Creed brothers, like I think it would take some time. So I think if you do put the title on a Gable at King and Queen of the Ring, it's gonna be you're gonna keep him with the original Alpha Academy, Maxine, Otis, and Tazawa at least for another month or two,
Okay.
and figure out how are you going to uh make it make sense that the Creed brothers and Ivy Nile decide to, because I I think Ivy Nile, I think she's very good in the
Yeah.
ring. Um I don't think I think you do like the Creed brothers, you need to put her with somebody like a Chad Gable, someone that knows how to work a crowd, someone that knows how to cut promos. Um because I think she's great at the sweet, I'm gonna stand up to bullies kind of character,
Yeah.
but it's like that's good for maybe 6 months, maybe a year at most, and you're not even gonna accomplish much with it other than get experience under your belt.
I like it. See, and I like what you're saying because you are pointing out the blatant truths to it. You're not going to get much out of it, you know. You are going to get that little bit of experience, but if we follow the road that they're laying in front of us with Chad Gable and how he interacts with his group right now, they're kind of setting up this alpha Chad Gable to run a stable that he chooses. And it does look like the Creed brothers could be joining up with them. And then you throw Ivy Nile in there, and yes, like you brought up exactly. She's not too keen on this version of Gable, but you put a belt on him, you make him win. Then a person like Ivy who needs the wins and needs like you were saying, the guidance, that makes her even more dangerous than what we know she can be because she's a fantastic feature in the ring. Does she need more work? Obviously. I mean, you don't get to Randy Orton levels on day one. You gotta work
No,
for it.
Randy Orton didn't even get there on day one.
Exactly.
He was naturally talented, but he
Yes.
still needed a lot of work.
Very true. And I really like your take on the Alpha Academy and the possibilities. We're definitely coming up on the Raw Monday Night Raw. It's 19 minutes away. So with that being said, let's transition into previews. What are you looking forward to this week, Grunmeister?
I'm probably going to be predicting this until it happens, or I lose hope that it's going to happen. But I am hoping that with the Bronson, or the not Bronson, the Braun Breaker storyline, like they're not they can you would not be holding him off and showing him on TV every week since he came to Raw
Yeah,
unless you had a plan for him. So, and what I want to see is that Baron Corbin, Nick Aldis is like, dude, I drafted you and you're not getting wins. I'm trading you to Raw, and Raw gives, or Adam Pearce gives Nick Aldis Odyssey Jones.
okay.
I don't know what brand he's on anymore.
I
I
be- I believe he is SmackDown,
He
and
is
I was looking
SmackDown.
at the
Okay.
roster. I believe so.
Okay. Well, give you Raw will give Nick Aldis somebody. I
Yeah,
don't know who, but and Adam Pearce is talking to the tag team champions in his Braun Breaker bursts in. It's like, dude, he's like, dude, I want a match. I
yeah,
want a match now. I want a match tonight. Adam says, well, you know what? You're in luck. I've booked you in a tag team match tonight. Braun looks pissed off because I don't want a tag team match. I want a 1-on-1 or 2-on-1, 3-on-1, 4-on-1. I want you to feed me.
Oh no.
Feed me. He says, "Don't worry. I've got you your tag team partner. They're waiting at Gorilla. All you have to do is go there, meet your tag team partner, and I am confident you guys will pick up the win." Ron sighs like, "Who easy? Go find out for yourself." Braun goes out first. Then we sit, we wait. All of a sudden, Baron Corbin's new music hits. And so now the NXT fans watching Raw, they'll be excited, and then everyone else seeing like Baron Corbin and Braun Breaker. These two, they're regardless of Baron Corbin's history, we've seen him work. He is one hell of a worker.
Very true.
He knows he can cut good promos. He can wrestle real good. And now you're teaming him up with someone who's probably more explosive than him. And you've got fans that don't know about the Wolf Dogs thinking this is probably going to be fun to watch. So now you've got people interested in the Wolf Dogs before they even know what they're called.
Man.
It's what I want.
Yeah.
I at the same time, my heart's saying yes, my brain's saying they haven't done it yet. I don't see why they would do it now.
Yeah.
Because then that kind of means that the draft was more pointless than it already was.
No, I can see that. I can see that. You're not far off, and it could be. Breaker is such a unique individual.
Yeah.
That you really have to put him in the light properly.
Yes.
Because yes, can he go in there and be the dominant force? Of course. You could just look at the dude and see it. But he also has the chops. He can act.
Oh yeah.
He can get on a mic and make you believe. I like it. I really think that if you're bringing Braun Breaker to your brand, you need to highlight him as if he was Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, that's the way you get Braun. That's the way you get Breaker over, and that's the way you keep him as a fan favorite, in my opinion.
And you know what? Like there's a chance. I do believe that there's a better chance now than there was a month ago that Brock Lesnar would return to WWE. And I'm thinking Braun Breaker versus Brock Lesnar. Like you could have a really cocky, really arrogant, hungry Brock Lesnar come around pushing Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker just standing there, just getting back up in his face, like, "Oh, you know what? Keep doing it. Keep pushing me. Keep pushing me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready." And you could have a really good match, I think, between Braun Breaker and Brock Lesnar. And like, you know what? Make it at WrestleMania. And people fans think, "Oh, they're gonna kill Braun. They're gonna kill Braun Breaker. His push is over, and Brock Lesnar just gets wiped by Braun Breaker."
No, I love it because I mean, let's go back in time and see what they did with Brock, and that's basically what they did with Brock. I mean, he ended Taker's streak.
Yeah,
I mean that right there, as a diehard WWE fan, that was the coffin in the final nail in my coffin.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that they actually let Taker lose. And Brock of all people.
There is no way a person had that on their bingo cards that Brock Lesnar was going to be the one to end the streak. There is no way.
Unless somebody woke up that day and they were really just on the hate train and they were like, "I just fucking hate Undertaker." I mean, it happens.
It happens.
All right, so let's quickly just go through this. We have Jey Uso looks to take down Gunther in the King of the Ring semifinals tonight. Who you got in that one, Grundmeister?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Jey Uso.
There it is.
I definitely would prefer seeing Gunter become king of the ring,
Okay.
but it does seem like that they're heading towards doing as much as they can to tease bloodline warfare or a bloodline civil war
Mm.
without getting too deep into it. But I think we're gonna see Jey Uso and win, which means I am predicting that Tama Tonga is going to beat Randy Orton this Friday night.
Wow. So you're seeing Tama and Jay in the finals.
That's what I'm seeing. Because otherwise you might have. I don't think Randy Orton and Jey Uso's a good pay-per-view match. I don't think you're gonna get people as psyched if you had Gunter versus Tama Tonga. Like the only other match I could see them doing, and it doesn't really further any storylines. It just would be a good, cool match to have Randy Orton versus Gunter. I think would be a great match.
Yeah.
And definitely pay-per-view quality, but I think because there's more they can do with Jey Uso versus Tama Tonga, I think that is the direction they're going to go.
I love it. You're right in the household. It's like you brought your sleeping bags over and you've been over for a week. Our moms are asking, when are you going home? But yeah, we're there with you. It was actually said by the Concept House. He said that whoever won in the Jey Uso and who did he fight in the first round?
Finn Balor. Balor.
And then he went on to, who did he fight next?
That was Ilya. He fought Ilya Dragunov.
Okay, yes. So the Dragunov and the Jey Uso match, House, he made a prediction there. He said whoever wins that match is going to be the king of the ring. And now we're looking at Jey, and I absolutely loved how you put it. A civil war in the bloodline. It's perfect for the era we're in right now. It hits on many different levels, and it can be seen. Yeah. We're seeing it in front of our eyes, and I'm all about it. I cannot wait for that. That was definitely a great insight on that one. So we're both agreeing with Jey taking that win. It looks like we have Sami Zayn. It looks like Chad Gable's looking to get some revenge on Sami Zayn tonight. So that will be a good whatever they come up with for their segment. That's going to be good because I think we both agree that both men understand the assignment in this storyline, and both men are able to give us the best performance that they possibly can out of it. So I'm really looking forward to that one. And then we're going to round it out with the Queen of the Ring semifinals. And it looks like we got Valkyria versus Io Sky. Who you got in that one?
I want to say Valkyria, but I think we're going to see that. I think we're going to see Valkyria become close to dominating the entire match, only for Dakota or Kairi Sane to do something to cause her to lose and give Io the win. And we will see further that this is not the Damage Control that we once thought they were. Because while, each of them are great individually, and as a unit they worked well, they don't win decisively. Not anymore. I don't think they've won decisively since WrestleMania.
That's a great point.
And I do want to comment on something you said earlier. They do have a mastermind, Dakota Kai. The problem is Dakota Kai has a history of turning and betraying every one of her allies, every one of her friends. She is, I think that there is a story in place for her where it's at a point where she is babyface, but she has pissed everybody off. She has made so many enemies. No one will help her take down whatever new faction is running roughshod over the women's division. And she's going to have to run a gauntlet or something through that faction of women just to prove that she is Team WWE or whatever.
I fucking love it, dude. You are mapping out Damage Control from start to finish. And you know what? You gave so many great insights. I'm going to give you one that I'm hoping happens tonight. Okay, in this Valkyria versus Sky match, I hope right before the bell rings, they get right in the center of the ring, and Io Sky looks at Valkyria and she says this.
What in the fuck are you dressed up like a bumblebee for? And what do you look like Indianapolis Jones?
Because what the fuck does she wear down there? It looked like vulture. She plucked every other feather out of the vulture and was like, I'm gonna wear a coat.
I think they're kind of going for like a Nordic kind of look, but I'm like, that's great. You already have Vikings on Raw.
Exactly, and they look totally different than this one.
Yeah. Well, actually, no. They're still on Raw.
Ivar, he's still on Raw.
Yeah, so it's like, you haven't done much with Valhalla, so it's like, no. Are you going to like, we're gonna team Valkyria with Valhalla? They're gonna turn on Becky Lynch. It's like, that honestly seems like a step down. Seems like you're saying, Valkyria, we're gonna make you do all the dirty work, and then we're gonna bring you back up to where we had you, and then maybe you'll get to Becky Lynch's level one day.
I fucking love it, Grun. I love your thinking. I love your mindset when it comes to this. Well, that, ladies and gentlemen, that wraps out the Window Lickers Raw preview show with The Voice and Grunmeister. Grunmeister, this has been a pleasure, man. I am so glad that we connected over this past year, over wrestling, and now the fact that you're back, you're here, you're on the show, you're a co-host now. You have control. You can say things. You're allowed to. I mean, I can stop you, but I don't. So that's enjoyable. But I really do want to say thank you for accepting the offer to do this with me, and most of all, thank you for your mind when it comes to this and thinking a couple steps ahead of where you could go, because that's what really energizes me when it comes to these shows. So again, thank you for just being you, Grunmeister.
Yeah, that's no problem. I'm happy being me.
That's good. That's good, Grun. I love it. So real quick, so we can end out the show, and then I'll find somebody to raid to. Why don't you let them know where they can hit you up? Maybe kind of your schedule. I know it's kind of like
it's
out there.
You can find me on Twitch at Grunmeister. It's spelled right down here. And here, nice and easy. Usually I try to stream during the week. Drop me a follow to know for certain when I'm going live. Hopefully I figure out some sort of plan.
Yeah.
But right now, when it comes to streaming, like, I do it for fun. I do it for my own personal amusement, my own personal entertainment, and because I want to share what games I enjoy with you guys.
That's awesome. Do you have anybody that you follow in the stream world that you kind of tune in and check out?
I tune in to a guy named Doc Fox TV, Air Force medic, Nick, husband, or a father of two. He does a lot of Call of Duty, but he also likes playing indie games that are survival games, or I guess you could say in the realm of PUBG or sort of, or knockoff Tarkov games. But he loves competitive first-person shooters. Sometimes he'll play more family-friendly games.
Gotcha.
Especially with his daughter.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So fans, you've seen the Grunmeister. You've seen him on a moment with Joshua Joseph. Now you've seen him here for his first co-hosting of Window Lickers Monday Night Raw preview review show with host Joshua Joseph and the Grunmeister now. So, fans, you know me, you know what I do. I'm a part of a group called In Your House. And you know what? We are moving mighty strong. You need to be a part of this world that we are creating because it's fun. We're adding so many new elements. You got this show, the Monday Night Preview Show, where we step in front of Raw an hour right before them, before they go live, and we talk about what we love about Monday Night Raw. Usually 3 subjects of the previous and 3 for the preview. So come check us out there. Now we also have smoke sessions with Hypocrisy Jones. I've been on that one. I think I'm going to be a regular staple there. So come and join us. That's where we talk crazy conspiracies. We go out on a realm in that one. If you know, you know, and if you were there, you've seen Hypocrisy Jones's groundbreaking episode where he had over 200 live viewers on X, and it was a night. It was a very fun time. So go and check that out. You also have Alakon House, the concept, and his solo shot. Go check that out because if you enjoyed the minds that were giving you this, you're gonna enjoy the guy who created this mind for this world. And you know, Grun's been in his chat, so he really enjoys what you have to say, Grun. We talked about that once they found out you were going to be my co-host. Also, you got our Sunday house parties. Join us for a house party. You're going to fucking love it. It is a freedom of just fun. Coming up, we are going to have the indie draft that that kind of goes with our title draft that we had. We are going to be picking our champions, and we're going to be picking people we want in our promotion. So if you're out there and you're an indie wrestler, you have something to do. You're not signed to anybody. I mean, it can be an independent guy that you only go to. Like we have Emerged out here. There's some guys who only go to Emerge. That's okay. But if the big 3 are signed you, we don't want you. It's nothing against you. It's just we're trying to make this for the independent wrestlers. So if you're an independent wrestler out there and you want your name attached to a Brilliant Rand podcast just check our numbers. You're going to be impressed. Come hang out with us. Give us your information. All you need is a photo, your name, and whatever information you want to tell us about you. We will put it on. If you did not see the title draft, it was very well produced. Every title had its own picture. We put it up in the slot. Whoever picked it, it was very well done. That's courtesy of Hypocrisy Jones. Check out all he does. He's a part of Kokomo Press and all that. But join us, have some fun, become a part of the household because it's a fun place to be. And Grun, do you got any last words for the fans?
Not much. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your week. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy wrestling. Enjoy whatever it is that makes you happy and helps you get through the week.
I fucking love it, Grun. And check us back out next Monday when we'll be discussing whatever the fuck happened this Monday. So pay attention and send us if you want us to talk a subject, send it to us. There's emails, all that stuff. They're on this. You just got to find the links or jump in the chats, make it live. So for the voice, Joshua Joseph and the Grunmeister, we will catch you on the next one. So take care. And always remember, keep those motherfucking windows clean.
Yeah, why the fuck wasn't I on the lineup?
Was not an official member of the lineup.
Yeah, seriously, who's running this fucking thing? Why wasn't I fucking on the official lineup?